at the Wonder Guard 6 presented by SCAPE. Well, here at SCAPE presented by the Trainer Shed in Singapore. My name is Shang and joining me is Matthew as we bring to you a really interesting matchup between two players that have been, really strong throughout the last few years.
Yep, Martin, of course, no stranger. Every time he tells us it's gonna be his one last ride, never is. Going into the new season, already a new game, in fact. But he's still here. Both of our players going strong. They are 1-0 so far today.
Daanvir, not someone I'm personally super familiar with, but definitely has many notable achievements in the previous seasons. He came in second place at the national championships recently, falling only to Melvin, who went on to represent Singapore at Worlds. And starting out 1-0 here with a team that looks really interesting. Some common Pokemon with the Urshifu, Spectre, the Rillaboom, and the Incineroar, but also the interesting choice with the Registeel as maybe his main win con on his team here.
Yeah, Registeel along with the usual support options like Spectre, pretty common. His Registeel does in fact run a unusual move, which we might see in today's game. And Martin's team are slightly, as well, kind of like Daanvir here, some common options like the Tapu Fini, Reggie, Lucky, Incineroar, Zalia, but opting to go with the Buzzwole, that is the option there.
Yeah, one thing that sticks out to me straight away is that Martin has kind of three main offensive threats on his team with the Naganadel, the Buzzwole, and the Regieleki, whereas Daanvir is kind of more focused on maybe with the Registeel and the Urshifu dealing the main bulk of the damage. One thing to note is that Daanvir doesn't seem to have a very strong offensive threat on his, especially offensive threat on his team. So maybe we can expect something a bit more interesting from the Spectre. In the previous round, we saw a more supportive set, but maybe Daanvir has something up his sleeve.
Yeah, Spectre in a format without Dynamax is pretty limited in its offensive coverage. It really is limited to the Ghost attacks step, because it doesn't have good coverage moves without the Dynamax option. So the Cresselia is an issue, might be an issue for him if it comes out here.
Yeah, so I really want to see how Daanvir tries to deal especially offensive damage into Martin's team as he straight away leads out with the Incineroar, gonna drop that Intimidate and immediately putting a stop to Daanvir's offensive pressure. But Daanvir does lead off with the Spectre as well, so we'll immediately get to see how he intends to use this Pokemon in this matchup.
Yeah, Spectre of course a very fast mon, but unfortunately there's nothing faster than Regieleki. It's really the one thing that gives Spectre trouble in the speed department.
Definitely, and Spectre, not the bulkiest thing around as well, so Regieleki already looking down to target down the Spectre, but of course without Dynamax, Fake Out is live on both sides of the board as well. Yeah,
so of course Daanvir only has one option to Fake Out there, which is opposing Incineroar. You always risk the speed tie if you go for that.
And but of course the Incineroar on Martin's side also exerts offensive pressure onto the Spectre if it carries any kind of dark type move as well. Spectre of course doesn't want to be taking a Flare Blitz either, maybe it gets burned and slowly ticks down as well, but we do see a Protect from Martin's Regieleki. No Fake Outs coming out at all, Shadow Ball gonna go straight into Protect.
I mean, whose Parting Shot is that? It's going to be Daanvir's Parting Shot coming out first. And neither of the players going for the Fake Out there.
But a Void on the Snarl on the Spectre, that's actually pretty huge, possibly preserving a Focus Sash there, and also not getting the special attack drop, yeah.
I mean, yeah, Martin would prefer not to miss that, but Leki's still sitting strong there. He can both switch up to reposition if he wants to. All he can do is pull out big damage. We'll see what item is Regieleki is holding.
Yeah,
it's either the Magnet or the Life Orb. He could do a lot of damage here.
Yeah, definitely not the worst turn for Martin there, but he definitely would have liked to deal some damage to that Spectre to start off the game. Regieleki in a great position now, like you mentioned, to fire off any attack. No ground-type Pokemon on Daanvir's team as well to switch into. So, yep, the Volt Switch is going to come out into the Incineroar, does a nice chunk of damage, and going to return back to allow Martin to reposition his current board state.
Yeah, so no Life Orb there, and I don't think there's a Magnet either based on the damage, so it might be a Sash on Martin's Regieleki.
That's a good point, and we do see the Tapu Fini gonna come out here, gonna start putting some additional pressure onto this Incineroar. Pretty bulky as well, so happy to sit in front of Spectre, especially if it's this more supportive set going straight for the Snarl. Tapu Fini doesn't really mind taking that special attack drop. It's not the most offensive threat anyway. It's mainly there to support by dealing chip damage with maybe Muddy Water and getting stat drops with Moonblasts. Yeah,
he might also carry the Nature's Madness, which doesn't care about special attack. And unfortunately, he does set up Misty Terrain, so if he had brought Buzzwole, Buzzwole is now protected from a potential Will-O-Wisp from the Spectre.
But the Parting Shot from Daanvir here, I think we've seen in the previous set as well, U-turn and Parting Shot, really important moves, Volt Switch as well now. trying to reposition the board so that you get favorable matchups. And Daanvir here using the parting shot to get the Rillaboom back into this Tapu Fini without an Intimidate drop this time.
Yeah, and with a fresh pick out as well this turn. So Spectre does get a special attack drop this time, and a potential Sash broken. So the heal will not get it back there quite yet. The next one will, though, if Martin doesn't get any more damage on the Spectre.
Yeah, pretty. Oh wait, no, actually, was that left?
Oh, that was
How
just
did
the grassy terrain.
Oh, but I thought I saw 2 heals on the. Did I miss something? Oh,
No, that was just grassy.
Okay.
2 mons. So fresh pick up a Rillaboom here, you can go for it, or you can just immediately threaten the... I mean, he threatens Fini just by being on the field.
correct.
Might have
Yes, Fini has to switch. Yeah, it's just too much damage without the Intimidate drop and without any attack drops as well. Gonna switch back out into the Buzzwole, trying to read. You know, I guess a pretty bulky physical on the physical side should be able to take this Grassy Glide rather.
Easily.
Yeah,
Easily.
not very effective. And the Will-O-Wisp gonna be blocked.
Oh, but the grassy terrain.
Oh, right, the Grassy Terrain overrides the Misty Terrain. Very
Yeah,
well
that was what.
maneuvered.
Yeah, that was
yes.
what Martin was probably didn't want to run into. Losing his Misty terrain and getting burned on his Buzzwole.
Really well read by Daanvir here, knowing that there's no way the Tapu Fini stays around. The double target to slot down with both an offensive option and the status burn to catch any physical attacker on the switch in and gets rewarded for it. Tapu Fini gonna come back in now, gonna reset the Misty terrain, but it's a bit too late at this point.
Yeah, I mean Martin didn't have a safe switch there at all. Even he couldn't have brought Lucky in because Lucky doesn't want to take Grassy Glide in terrain either. So
yeah, Martin definitely losing a lot of momentum in the last few turns. Now it's definitely the ball's in Daanvir's court. He has so many. He's the one that's gonna be pressing the offensive buttons and forcing Martin to react to his options.
yeah, the burn really puts a damper on Martin because now his main offense is going to have to come from the Lucky.
Yes. And Lucky is a Pokemon that definitely does not want to be switching in on any move, and without any switching options, maybe Buzzwole has the U-turn. It's very difficult for him to get that Lucky in safely without sacking a Pokemon. That said, Martin is going to switch out here, trying to get that Incineroar in to maybe get a parting shot to pivot into the Lucky over a few turns. But all this time is just going to be free damage after free damage from Daanvir. Let's see if he can capitalize on these obvious switches.
Yeah, Martin has no choice but to get Fini off the field. I think he needs to respond to any potential terrain change. If the terrain is not in his favor, his Lucky has to fear priority Grassy Glide.
But this is such an easy U-turn from Rillaboom on Daanvir's slab.
See the Drain Punch come out with the burn, it's gonna do a little bit.
Rillaboom just shrugs that off.
Pitiful.
Probably like 3 turns worth of grassy terrain, but I think a U-turn here would be so great for Daanvir as it does come out. Really playing this positioning well, understanding that he's ahead, forcing Martin to react to him and making that level of play above to constantly be in that superior position.
Yeah, it's easy way for Insane to come back here and try to pick out once again.
And a fire type attack as well.
Hmm.
Maybe realizing that because the Buzzwole isn't a threat, trying to pin down the Incineroar. Now with Incineroar thinking about switching out, it might be an easy target into that Central Tapu Fini switch in because there's no way Lucky comes in, right? So that can be a position that Daanvir is trying to set up in order to make a big read this turn.
Yeah, the problem with Martin is that he's getting forced into turns when he just has no safe switch. And Daanvir is capitalizing. I'll bring in the Rillaboom to get the terrain once again.
Yeah, and also covering the situation where Fini comes in for the Incineroar to be able to pin down both the Buzzwole and the Incineroar here.
Let's take the Surging Strike Stone. That's gonna be a KO through the... Ooh, with the
Oh,
berry.
with the berry, maybe not.
Ooh, it's gonna be close. The last hit. It's going to be...
Yeah, it's gonna be enough. Oh, wow. You threw that berry there. But yeah, covering the switch in from the Fini. If the Fini came in, Surging Strikes would have done minimal amounts of damage, but that would also mean that Rillaboom is there to counter it next turn. Yeah, at this point, Buzzwole is really just taking up a slot and allowing Daanvir to play a 2v1. It's burned, it's, you know, possibly intimidated as well. Yeah, so not a great position for Martin. And yeah, possibly unable to switch now, but he does get the free switch in into Regieleki here, so slight momentum shift into Martin's favor, but I'm not sure.
He needs to change the terrain before that.
Ah, yes.
He is forced to do a finish switch here because otherwise he has to take the Grassy Glide.
Grassy Glide, yeah.
Before he can move.
I mean, I think that's still fine because that means Rillaboom won't be hitting Fini with a priority attack either, but this Reggie Lucky even have anything to take out Rillaboom with the 1-hit KO here?
No, I don't think so. Even with
Yeah.
Hyper Beam, it's not going to be enough.
Exactly. So I think for Daanvir, he's really far ahead. He just has to make the correct moves. Definitely a switch in on the Buzzwole slot is something that is to be expected. And given how Daanvir has been playing so far this set, my money would be on him making that read.
Yeah.
He's so far ahead. He hasn't lost a single Pokemon yet. He has quite a bit of room for error as well.
The only thing threatened right now is the Urshifu one, the Eleki. And Eleki is forced to protect again.
And he doesn't want to switch in here, so
Trying to take the free damage. Well, he does get the Urshifu protect. He does have an easy target next turn.
I guess Buzzwole
But
does.
get some damage off Leech Life, I guess. Yeah.
I see. Okay, so possibly no U-turn there because the U-turn there would have been really good into the Feeny if possible.
That's the heal. Sure.
But at this point,
Rillaboom itself gets out.
But at this point, you'd rather the Buzzwole get KO'd and bring in the Feeny. The Buzzwole is just not exerting any pressure right now, and Daanvir with that Pokemon lead really needs to be taking that damage to feel any sort of pressure in this game.
I think he will still need Buzzwole in the end because his damage has to come from somewhere. And other than the Incineroar, Daanvir doesn't have a good option to bring down the Buzzwole quickly. But this turn, he can leave the terrain on the field this turn because Rillaboom is no longer on the field. So he does have a free target this turn, but he has to worry about pickup from the Incineroar coming in.
That's exactly right. That's the strength of this combination of Rillaboom and Incineroar. Both have Fake Out and both have these pivoting moves. So it's in this situation where Daanvir is so far ahead, he can just constantly recycle in Fake Outs in order to burn these protects and get really safe plays off.
Yes. Now Eleki, I think, has to switch.
Or
go for double protect, which he didn't get.
He gets the Fake Out, and I think Surging Strikes should KO through this.
We have KO through a protect anyway.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is very true.
I'm not sure what he was hoping to get out of that turn.
Yeah, 2 hits, more than enough to take out this, and this is just gonna be a formality as Martin's probably thinking about game 2. I'm surprised he didn't bring the Naganadel. I guess he's worried about the Registeel, but Daanvir didn't even opt to bring that Pokemon in this game 1, so maybe Martin might look to shake things up in game 2.
Naganadel does can carry a fire attack. And before Amnesia goes up, you still do a pretty decent amount of damage to Registeel.
Yeah, I guess the concern there is maybe the Spectre from the Snarl. Yeah. The Spectre, Snarl, and Incineroar parting shot, and then without the stab on the fire option from Naganadel as well, I'm not sure how much damage I would deal to this.
The problem for Martin is that he doesn't have a very good answer to the revolving door of Fake Outs. Doesn't have a ghost type. Any way to block Fake Out. So he's just vulnerable to the merry-go-round and Daanvir submitting him too.
Yeah, and he doesn't have 2 Pokemon that threaten both the Rillaboom and Incineroar at the same time. So with only 1 threat at any one point in time, it's very difficult for him to create a position for Daanvir to react defensively. Daanvir is always on the front foot. He always has the momentum to dictate the match.
Yeah, I'm struggling to see what adjustments Martin can make.
I really think one option is a Naganadel. It at least hits both Pokemon neutrally.
Yeah.
It pins down the Incineroar with super effective stabs.
Scares the Rillaboom up, definitely.
Yeah. So I guess the main thing Martin has to assess here is whether he thinks that Daanvir will adjust to bring in the Registeel in game 2, because that could be an adjustment that Daanvir makes preemptively as well.
Well, I don't think you're really that worried about it start leading the game though. Registeel needs time to get going. You still have time to adjust, even if it is something you didn't expect.
So if you're Martin here and you choose to lead with the Naganadel, I guess you would pair it with
Eleki or
the. I was thinking actually just with the Buzzwole, because then at least you have threats that hit both the Incineroar and the Rillaboom.
I think you would expect Daanvir to be Spectre again. And the Will-O-Wisp is what you're worried about.
The Will-O-Wisp is really...
Well, of course, if you have Feeny in the back, you can bring it in. But the problem is Feeny doesn't really do anything other than terrain.
Yes. Yeah, did we actually see Feeny launch a single attack in the last game? It didn't, right? It just came in to set up terrain and left because of the constant pressure from the Rillaboom.
But at the same time, the terrain is really that important because Buzzwole is his key to this matchup if he can keep it unburned. But he has to keep it unburned. It's a struggle when Feeny has to keep running from the Rillaboom. Which is exactly the one.
Do you lead with the Feeny and try to get it out immediately? Is that one way that Martin can try to stay one step ahead?
No, because the Rillaboom will just switch in and you can just wall it.
No, as in if Daanvir leads with the Rillaboom.
Yeah, perhaps. Gonna be a Cresselia and Ilaki, in fact. Incineroar and Porygon 2.
Oh,
Yeah,
Daanvir switching up,
both.
yeah.
See the Porygon 2 for the first time and the Cresselia for the first time from Martin as well.
Maybe Daanvir is going for a switch up in game 2, gonna try to play a more Trick Room oriented strategy, which maybe telegraphs a Reggie Steal in the back.
But
Something like
Reggie
a.
doesn't. I mean, sure, you get your first defensive move.
Yeah, I guess it's not. Reggie Steal won't want to come in immediately
Yeah.
with the Ilaki as well. So Daanvir will probably want to look to remove the Ilaki first before setting up the Trick Room. But if possible, I think it would be a pretty strong endgame.
I think the Porygon 2 from Daanvir was more of an expectation that the Naganade would come out. So it's not so much for his own Trick Room strategy, but to counter a fast mode from Martin.
But straight away we see Martin's going for the offensive option instead, going for the helping hand. Regieleki gonna go straight for the Volt switch.
The Berry from Daanvir.
No berry, but no. Even with the helping hand surviving relatively comfortably, possibly an Assault Vest.
We've seen
Oh, never
Parting
mind.
Shot.
Yeah, we've seen Parting Shot. Yeah.
I mean, we saw the Volt switch in the previous game do about half, so this is with the helping hand. We see this one in Incineroar, and no Trick Room from Martin's Cresselia.
So Parting Shot from Daanvir is Incineroar here, so we're gonna land on Martin's Incineroar. Not the priority target, but nothing on Martin's side really dealing that much offensive pressure to begin with. But
No great switch-ins.
looking
Okay,
more like he's gonna go for the Trick Room here. So interestingly enough, the Martin's decision to Volt switch out the Ilaki makes it so that the Registeel is in a really good position now.
He can just pick out the Registeel to deny at least the first iron defense.
But then again, it's very
And
difficult.
he can reverse it. He can reverse it.
But that still means another turn of the Ilaki not being on the board to pressure the Registeel, and Incineroar at -1. Very easy for the Porygon to switch out into Incineroar and get a -2, and Registeel can immediately start setting up with those iron defenses here. So Martin is immediately put on a timer here, and Daanvir does switch out. Gonna be the Incineroar as we expected.
I mean, that's still okay for Martin, as long as Reggie can come back quickly enough. Because Reggie needs to come back before any amnesias go up. If he's still iron defense, Reggie can still check the Registeel.
That is true, and we'll see here. Gonna go first for the iron defense, given that there's a super effective physical damage on the board right now. And Martin gonna choosing to stay in and is gonna go for the parting shot, but
You at least get the switch.
gets
Don't even get the switch.
oh no!
Oh, Martin!
Forgets that Reggie still has a clear body.
I think he knew it, but he thought he would still get the switch.
Oh no! Oh, I would love to see. I didn't really catch his reaction in the
Martin just
there.
wanted the switch there.
Yeah.
He didn't know that if you don't get the side drop, you don't get the switch as well.
Oh no! Poor Martin.
Yeah, he wanted Ilaki in.
Yeah.
He even Trick Room in preparation for that.
Oh no, this is just so terrible now. Already still basically has a free turn to go for Amnesia.
Now he can go for Amnesia.
Yeah. With a free fake out as well. You can even try to catch the Reggie on the switch and with a Flare Blitz of your own, given that we've kind of seen the Daanvir's Registeel go first. I mean, sorry, Incineroar go first. Gonna go for the parting shot. Okay.
-2 now.
Minus
Even with the
2.
helping hand into the +2 iron defense. Ooh, Martin.
Does burn affect
Yes, it affects body press.
body press damage,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so maybe he can try to fish for a burn here, but
That is pretty
Martin
much what he's doing. Right?
really turning on the snowball and seemingly running away with the game here. Getting the attack through is not what he wanted, I guess.
What was Cresselia doing? He just doesn't want to switch, I guess. Yeah, I guess. But surely the psychic attack.
I'm very confused by what Martin's doing here. Bringing in the Naganade
Yeah, so he
finally.
definitely has 7 fire.
Yeah, at this point he has.
Oh, but he does
then that
open
nature
Amnesia.
goes up, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess Daanvir just plays Protect the Registeel now and just starts, taking body press.
Yeah, right now Martin has to pray for crit. He needs to get a burn, that's one. Yeah, so he's helping him to probably a flamethrower.
Yeah.
I think he really needs a burn. Oh, a crit. Oh,
It is the Fire Blast, does connect. Does still do a decent amount of damage through the Amnesia. Doesn't get the burn though, which is the big thing
Yeah,
here.
no crit.
But Registeel immediately goes for air defense, maybe not expecting the fire
Yeah, I
coverage.
think he's definitely.
And that might be the window that Martin needs to get back into this game.
But he will get one amnesia before.
That is true. But how is he gonna recover? Oh, he does have the leftovers on Registeel to try to recover back, and the grassy terrain as well. So he does need to try to get back this
Not sure whether he carries protect though.
Amnesia Iron Defense while you press. I guess he would have
I mean, regularly they run protect.
Protect.
We'll see. Cresselia is gonna switch out. Yeah, gonna be doing the Incineroar.
I mean, with the clear body, he doesn't take the Intimidate either, so...
Just for fake out. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, you just want to keep pressing attacks into the Registeel. Because the more attacks you throw in, you at least get a chance to get a critical hit, which is what you need at this point.
Registeel's gonna go for Negative goes for a Protect here. I would rather just see in the Fire Blast.
Yeah, why are you protecting from?
Yeah.
He's not body pressing you at this range.
And what does Porygon 2 do here? An Ice Beam.
But he's not gonna KO. I suppose he's worried about double up onto the Dragonator.
Yeah, but I mean, this is just reminiscent of Game 1, but in a different way, where Daanvir is just ahead, and so he's able to punish defensive choices by Martin by further going into his strategy here.
Let's switch out, okay? What's the fake out most likely? Swings in his Rillaboom.
I guess trying to turn on the healing as well to try to really funnel into this win condition of his Registeel. Trying to set up everything now that he's gotten the boosts off to make sure that the Registeel is always going to be at a healthy
So you pick
position.
out into the Registeel, so no boost this turn at least.
So that should be a free Fire Blast.
If it
into
connects,
it does
it does
connect again. 85% accuracy. Doesn't get the burn this time. Does not get the burn again. So now with the the net damage that Martin is dealing every turn now is almost zero.
Slightly above.
Slightly
Kasi
positive.
terrain and level.
Yeah.
He's really fishing for a crit at this point.
A crit and a burn, I think. He needs both. If not, this body press is going to be dealing a lot of damage as well, coming the other way.
5 last crit will KO. Just one.
True.
But the fake out is definitely going to Naganero this turn.
So
Yeah,
Martin
Martin
predicting that
goes-
gonna switch out.
Buzzroll? Oh no, Cresselia. Oh, that he didn't bring Buzzroll, okay.
I guess Buzzwole was too much of a liability in game 1. But, so... Body press, fighting type, bye-bye Incineroar.
At +4, enough to pick up the Incineroar.
Yeah.
Has power into the Cresselia. Okay. Now he's bringing something that will have to pick the high horsepower. And Cresselia is not doing any damage Registeel. So it's an easy double target into Cresselia's partner.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, like, Red Cresselia here. Once again, Daanvir playing into a position where he basically is playing 2v1.
Yeah, at this point, it's an obvious protect trick room. So Daanvir just has to punish it. By setting up Registeel another amnesia, really. Yeah, you only have 5 special attackers now.
Yeah.
Incineroar is gone. Now you just have amnesia again to go to +6. That should lock up the game. Barring crit.
I mean, it doesn't really matter even, right? Because, yeah, either way you lose to a crit. So at this point, you probably just start pressing attacks. There's no real net gain in clicking that extra amnesia. But Martin trying to catch Daanvir going for a greedy play here. Yep, but instead just gonna go for that body press into the Cresselia though. So not a lot of damage.
He is trying to punish protect trick room.
Yeah. So then a U-turn.
So this is going to be Martin's last chance to get a crit, I think.
Yeah. So Martin is playing to his outs here and really, at least props to him here for identifying that Daanvir might try to punish defensive play and instead switching it up, going for an offensive read, and maybe here he gets the dividends that he's looking for.
He's hit 5 blasts first.
Alright, gets some. Oh, but he's gonna go for the Sludge Bomb instead. Gets the crit, but on the wrong target. Oh, so unfortunate for Martin there.
That's nice to see, but not nice. Not quite what he wanted.
Yeah, you see the shake of the head in the player cam as well. He must be thinking what could have been if that Fire Blast had gone into that Registeel and had gotten the crit. But truly, Daanvir outplaying Martin at almost every turn, and at the last moment where Martin needed that one read, he falls just short.
Suppose the other, I'm not sure if he has enough time to do it, but the other way would be to KO all Registeel's partners, because Cresselia would win a 1v1 on Registeel. So actually no, after seeing body press, I'm not sure about that anymore.
Yeah, it wasn't that much damage, but again, like the Registeel could just go to +6 and start pressing body presses there. So Regilucky here as well. So Sludge Bomb again is gonna take out the Porygon 2 here. So Martin, taking your advice here, gonna get that Beast Boost. So maybe that's his answer here. But as long as Registeel goes for the body press into Naganadel, even with +4,
he does
survive.
resistance.
That poison typing coming in clutch, and Naganadel's relatively naturally mediocre bulk is gonna help him.
Is alright.
Gonna help him survive there.
Yeah, I wonder.
This is interesting now.
The Beast Boost, you think he have +1?
Yeah. Now with the crit, that definitely just takes out the ready steal.
And now he's worried about takeout. He cannot double protect his turn. And again, like you pointed out, it doesn't matter if he amuses again.
And importantly,
anyway.
now with the Oregon 2 down, Daanvir doesn't have a way to reset the trigger, and with double protect, he can't rotate out. He can go for the side parting. Oh, but he can't do that because Reddy still has clear body. He can't side parting shot out either.
Yeah.
So the Incineroar is locked in for this turn. Yeah. So interesting turn to play out here, as we are gonna see the important turn is next turn, what Martin can pull off once the fake out has been burned.
At this point, it seems pretty safe to say the Register does not have protect.
Yeah, gonna go for the Amnesia just to get. At this point, I think the Grassy Terrain plus Leftovers probably heals back more than the +1 Fire Blast.
I think he will still do more. But you will definitely out-heal the Reggie Lucky.
Yeah. So at this point, Martin needs to land his 3rd Fire Blast of the game, needs it to be a crit, and needs it to be a 1-hit KO on the Ready Steal. If not, I don't see how he comes back in this game.
He's going to pick up a KO on the Incineroar stop.
If Ready Steal has Protect here, it would be a really good...
Oh, wow.
So I guess at this point we can safely say that Ready Steal doesn't have Protect, because if it did have Protect, that would be like the perfect time to use it.
Definitely. Yeah. Before carrying the steel coverage move for both spikes.
Sludge Bomb trying to call the Protect in this case, but doesn't get it. It does get the does get the +2 now though.
He's gonna get KO.
But does Daanvir make the right call here?
He knows the Reggie Lucky is sash, so he's not gonna target the Reggie Lucky.
Yeah, the body press is gonna go into Naganade also. Unfortunately there, Martin gets the beast move but isn't gonna have the payoff to use that +2 to try to fish for that crit. Yeah. Yeah, at this point it's pretty much lights out. I don't even think with a crit you can, like, the Reggie, like, you can take out the Reggie Steal here.
He doesn't have a boosting item.
Yeah.
Don't think he has Thunder either for that matter. But at most it's Thunder Poke.
Yeah, so Daanvir, game 1, keeping the Reggie Steal in the back, realizing that maybe Martin would bring in the Naganadel in game 2 and then switching it up himself to bring in the Reggie Steal, and show that it can handle the fire type attacks from this Naganadel even after 1 Amnesia. So I think the story of this series has just been Daanvir being one step ahead every turn of the game. Yeah. Even in team preview.
So Martin knew his outs. It's like he brought the Feeling and the Bustle together because he wanted to protect the Bustle. But the one time he couldn't keep the terrain out, the Bustle got burned and that was it for game 1.
Yeah, and Daanvir didn't even bother bringing the Reggie Steal in game 1 as well. Oh, yeah, this could freeze, but too little too late there. I needed the burns earlier on, as body press does so much damage for not very effective.
I was wondering whether Kuchari could outstorm Reggie Steal, but I don't think so.
Yeah, that's not the Wiki Berry recovery not even out healing that one body press worth of damage. Yeah, and at this point Reggie Steal can just 1v2 here. So it's gonna be another slow grind to but in this case, I think the game is a lot more decided than the previous set.
Yeah. Unless Crusader has Moonlight, I don't see a way back.
Oh, but even then,
because then you kill Rillaboom and then you try and just press Moonlight. But I think there's too much time left.
Doesn't Moonlight have like 8 PP?
That too. And I think that's not enough. I think there's too much time left.
Yeah.
All the time.
Oh, Rillaboom does fall out here.
Yeah, just to add insult to injury.
Does get there. So it is gonna be a 1v something.
Oh, Rillaboom was 5.
Okay, freeze again. Second freeze? No freeze. And body press is gonna come through. Daanvir obviously just not gonna reveal his final move here, especially because he's on stream. Good information conservation by him.
I mean,
in this case,
body press doing more damage anyway.
I think our stream TO being a bit disrespectful, putting the 2-0 there already. But it's what it is. And yep, really clean series by Daanvir here. Really impressive showing. Yeah.
I'm surprised that of all things, Martin got in game 1 especially, Martin got overrun by the most basic of Spikemuth strategies, the Incineroar, Rillaboom, merry-go-round. But
yeah, with the Snarl on the side as well, just really nerfing his damage output to a point where he couldn't do anything, and Daanvir could just have more offensive pressure than him. So yeah, I mean, hopefully Martin can bounce back. He definitely won his first series, so still in contention to get into cut. Daanvir, if he continues playing like this, won't be surprised to see him later on in the circuit as well.
Yeah, but Martin will have to ask himself that parting shot turn really.
Yeah.
He just switched into the Reggie Lucky or the Naganado that turn. He threatened the Registeel immediately before too many amnesias went off. It might have been a very different game. But losing that one turn just allowed Registeel to get too far ahead.
Yeah, that was definitely game 2, but in game 1, I think Daanvir showing a much more orthodox strategy, and Martin still struggled against it. So if Martin wants to win out in the rest of the day, he does need to think about how he enters that revolving door.
I mean, to be fair to Martin, I wasn't fully aware of interaction either. Hey, you don't get the set drop and party shot, you don't get the switch either.
I guess there are not that many clear body users in the meta game. There's
the Reggie's.
Reggie Lucky doesn't have Metagross, that's about it. Yeah. So that's hopefully that was an interesting series for everyone to watch.
We can show a game 3 of another.
Oh, okay, and we are going to show a game 3 from another series.
Just one.
It's
going to be Zach
both
Kelly.
players are 1 and 4.
Zach Kelly, of course, no stranger to the higher tables of tournaments now. And as we look here, Trick Room is up, and it looks like the game 3 has just started. So Serena taking a healthy chunk from that Flare Blitz, but in the rain gonna survive, and the Power Whip gonna connect into Porygon, but with the Intimidate, probably not gonna do that much damage. Yeah, Porygon takes that relatively well. So Ying here with a range strategy with the Tornadoes as well, and the Shedinja. Truly a Trainer Shed member. Trying to see off the Sword and Shield series with our trademark Pokemon.
Zachary's team a lot more orthodox, but with the Nido King there. Nido King since 2015.
Nido King obviously there usually for its wide special Pure Force and wide special attack coverage. And it can access many different kinds of moves. I guess the Ground Poison is a pretty interesting offensive coverage as well.
I mean, not as strong as it used to be with Fairies, but still decent.
Yeah, and still gets hit relatively hard by the core Pokemon in this metagame, right? It gets hit super effectively by Urshifu. It gets hit pretty hard by the Grassy Glide as well. So interesting choice here, but doesn't seem like he's brought it into this game.
Another Ice Beam target out from Zachary into the Urshifu switch in. Draw got a parting shot out against the Politoed, which no switch out from the Politoed. So the Serena did switch in.
Really good switch into Rillaboom here. With 2 water type Pokemon on the Kiat side of the field. Yeah.
You see a Scald from the Politoed. Can't be the Weather Ball.
Weather Ball.
I mean, it's gonna do a bit of damage.
Yeah, not too much.
Yeah, I don't really see the value of not using Skull on Politoed most of the time. The Weather Ball does, of course, have been used in other weather. 4 turns of Grassy Terrain, probably 2 more turns of Trick Room as well. Yep. And Porygon 2... Still sitting pretty comfortable.
Yeah, but also not exerting that much pressure. It's been Ice Beaming the last couple of turns, and Ice Beaming against a Rain team that isn't going to switch to Serena and not accomplishing too much. And I guess Zach has to be wary about the Trick Room expiring, and Urshifu coming in, outspeeding majority of his team later on in the game. But you see that he's brought the Incineroar and the Rillaboom here as well, so has to be wary about the terrain running out and Trick Room running out at the same time.
Yeah. So he does, so on distance at least, the Urshifu is going to be frightened of the Grassy Glide coming out. And there's not much Politoed can do to stop it. You gotta switch out. Back into the Saurine. Yep.
Yeah, but the Urshifu switch, I think that's the bigger win condition that Ying needs to protect, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so it is going to be a double switch. Maybe the Shedinja coming in? No, it's Tornadus. So Ying showing his hand here, going to show all 4 of his Pokemon. And this really, the Thunderbolt! Catches the Tornadus on the switch. I mean, at the same time, yeah, but that's so much damage.
That's a knockout of Tornadus.
Yeah, oh my goodness. And reveals the Rocky Helmet?
That's interesting.
Yeah. It doesn't even get the damage proc as well because it was knocked off. That doesn't seem to make sense to me. You hit the Rocky Helmet, so you should take the damage. Oh, that's a big turn from Zach there. We just talked about him having to make the most of his Trick Room turns, and getting that huge knockout on a Pokemon that would be threatening him outside of Trick Room is huge going into the later turns of this game.
So I think
I don't fully understand the switch though.
I think he just wanted to get. He wasn't sure which side the Grassy Glide was going to target down. I think to us it was relatively
true.
obvious that
Could
it was
have gone
going to.
either way.
Yeah, it could have gone either way. But to me, I think the Urshifu was a lot more worth protecting
Yes.
than the Politoed. So yeah, tough.
So then let's return. This will be the last turn of Trick Roll. So again, Porygon 2 of course has review. It does have Thunderbolt, so it covers both the water type and the Sarina there.
Yeah, but Zach gonna switch out the Rillaboom here, possibly understanding that he needs the Grassy Glide to come back, the Grassy Terrain to come back later on, so preserving that. Also getting the Intimidate off on the Serena as well, making sure that Porygon 2 can survive 2 of these, drop kicks.
Oh, I just realized that's why. It's because Sarina blocks the Grassy Glide.
Yes, it protects the whole team with the Queen's Majesty ability as well. Zach's gonna look to remove the Serena before he brings his Rillaboom back in.
Yeah. Unless he carries 2 grass attacks, which I think, based on that turn, probably does not.
Or actually, this is a great position for Zach. With the trigger running out and the Incineroar just coming in.
We just fake out Trick Roll.
Oh, but you can't fake out actually.
Yeah, you can't fake out the Queen's Majesty.
Yeah, because of Queen's Majesty. So,
Which is still going, so...
I guess but he can still
One more.
party shot and trip room and then have the Rillaboom back in again. So, pretty comfortable position for Zach still. Yeah, I don't. There's no offensive pressure coming out from
Without,
Kiat.
with no tornadoes,
Yeah.
it's hard to see.
And no Urshifu as well. He needs that rain boosted Surging Strike to deal any kind of damage to Zach's side, but he's constantly being scared off by these Rillaboom switches. And now the rain's just gonna help Tapu Fini even more. Yeah.
Assuming Tapu Fini runs a water attack, which I've not seen in a while. The shock from those of us who saw it in 2017.
Oh, it is the power whip and not the drop kick. We did see that earlier on. It's not gonna do any damage.
Pretty intimidate, yeah. Gonna be weather ball again, into the Fini. That's gonna be gonna tickle the Fini at best.
Yeah,
The rain.
barely any damage. Actually, does a decent amount, in
When
the
it goes for
rain.
the ice beam, you gotta pick up the Sarina.
Yeah, as we mentioned, needs to get the Serena off the field so that Rillaboom can clean up the game. And yeah, Kiat not able to protect his Serena due to the limited options of his ability to switch now. And yeah, so at this point, I think Zach just needs to safely get his Rillaboom back in. Needs to maybe sack the Pokemon, maybe sack the Porygon too. In the meantime, if Kiat doesn't take a knockout, Zach is just taking free damage turn after turn, so it's a really tough position for Kiat to be in.
Yeah, Urshifu's sash has already been broken, so yeah, it's really hard to see what he can do here. But now at least, he's made use of his turn for Rillaboom's not on the field. But again...
But at the same
how
time,
much
it's a time bomb, right? Like,
Yeah.
as long as he tries to, he needs to like take a double knockout, try to set up to take a double knockout, and then try to target down the Rillaboom when it comes in. But that's so difficult, right?
Porygon doesn't have enough KO power.
Yeah, to set those up. And even then, how Urshifu's double stabs don't deal any damage to the Fini.
Yeah.
So, yeah, at this point, take out the Porygon 2 with the close combat, but you drop your own defenses. Surging Strike's probably the correct move here just to preserve that defense stat. Against the Fini does not do any damage at all.
That does nothing. That's with helping hand.
Yeah, and a crit, and with the guaranteed crits as well, so... Well, the interesting thing is that now at least the Porygon 2 and the Fini are both at similar health.
Oh, that's not even without the Rillaboom.
Yeah, and without any defense drops as well, so... Yep, that should be curtains as the Thunderbolt does come through. Deals more than half as well to the Politoed. Well maneuvered by Zach, honestly.
Yeah, I wonder what scared him off the Shedinja. I don't really see many options to hit Shedinja on Zach. And now we've seen Zachary has Thunderbolt. So probably not carrying the foul play on Porygon 2 either. So yeah, I really wonder what made him decide not to bring the Shedinja. From here it looks like it's just the Incineroar. Or maybe the Hurricane from the Zapdos. But other than that...
Yeah, I could definitely see Zapdos playing a role earlier in the series because it's against the rain team, yeah. So we don't have enough context on how the whole best of 3 played out, but yeah, not bringing the Shedinja there. Shedinja would have been definitely a good choice
against these 4.
Yeah.
It looks like.
But even then, Zach was able to preserve his Incineroar very well, so might have been a difficult position in the end game as well. Yeah, and hopefully everyone enjoyed those 4 games that we had.
We're gonna move on 2-0 as well as Daanvir going on 2-0.
And we're gonna cut to a quick break, and when we're back, we'll be bringing you round 3 of Swiss of the tournament. We'll catch you soon.